Yes, Alan.
Could you put that as like the productive versus non-productive time? Yeah, just.
Yeah. This is in my book, by the way. Yeah, FU money. You can get it. So, some people might be thinking, but Dan, we are taught. Think, even when we are growing up, people have a hard time delegating because as a young kid, when we're growing up, when we go to school, if you delegate, what does that mean?
Cheating.
It means you are cheating, you are lazy, you're no good, right? You can't go home and tell your parents, hey, mom and dad, guess what? I just delegated my homework. Right? Like if your Asian parents, like, right? So, grounded. Exactly. So we are taught we got to, do everything and be the honorable person and take care of your stuff and do this shit, right? Let me ask you a question. This stuff is just stuff. Do you think you have a chance, a better chance, of going to heaven if you spend your life doing shit that you don't like? Honestly, that's a question. You think you have a better chance going to heaven if you spend your whole life doing shit that you don't like? That's not the point. I remember when I was going to college, I never graduated from university, but when I was going to college, Douglas College in New Westminster, and at the time, first of all, I was very entrepreneurial. I was having these like smart kids in the class, okay? And they're kind of geeky, all geeky kind of kids, right? And I would have them take notes and stuff like that, and I would help them to get phone numbers from the other girls, and I would take those notes and I would flip it, sell it to other kids, and make money, and do this stuff. And I was making good money in textbook and all this stuff that I was doing to make money. And also, I was delegating my homework to these kids. That's when you know I'm an entrepreneur. You know, because I was having them do my homework, do my essay, do my assignments, and I would pay them, because the money I was making from selling their notes, and I pay them back and do this. Right? Yes?
Not just that, like, didn't your copywriting career begin right out of college?
Yeah, right out of college, I was doing that as well as making good money. But just from college alone, I thought, hey, these kids, like, they're kind of desperate, they're kind of lonely, and they want to ask, they want to date and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't care about rejection. I'll walk up to, okay, that guy wants to date. You want to give him a number? You ask enough, they would say, oh, yeah, sure. And these guys think, like, oh, my God, how does he do it? He's got some magic power. No, I just ask a lot of people. Just shameless, that's all, right? that's all that is. But what I'm saying is we are taught not to delegate, yes?
Yeah.
We are taught not to do that. And that's why you resist. Because you're supposed to wash the dishes. You're supposed to cook. You're supposed to do all this stuff. I remember, here's a big lesson, a story I got from my mentor. Now, for those who know my mentor, Dan Pena, worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and shared this with me in private. One day, him and the assistant running out of cash in Los Angeles. So the assistant took my mentor in his Rolls Royce and went to the bank. And the assistant walked up to the bank, did his machine, and put in a card, and pressed a few numbers, and money comes out. And my mentor was shocked. He said, what is this? Well, it's called an ATM machine. My mentor has never seen an ATM machine. That's fucking cool. You put in the card, money comes out. This is kind of cool, right? And like he doesn't know. He's that to a point of he was so focusing on the business, on a lot of things, he missed out a lot of the typical life stuff. With me, it's the same thing. There's a lot of stuff. You ask Jenny. Where's Jenny? Jenny, come. Jenny? Yeah? Well, applause to my wife, by the way. Go to the mic, go to the mic. Because coming from my wife would be the best. Because you don't believe me. Because she doesn't give a crap, so she'll say it. Now, just tell them, like, in home life, like, there's a lot of shit I like, I'm just an idiot. Just to tell the truth, whatever. Seriously. Is the mic on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dan would just like eat dinner and lunch, and then after he finished, we just left everything there. The chopsticks or forks or spoons, everything there, and just left it. And then there's a day I was out, and then when I came back, I was just asking like, how come you don't like pack those things and at least like put into the kitchen sink or anything.
Have I ever cooked in home?
Never.
When the light bulb burn out there, I know how to change it.
No, you gotta let me finish the story.
Oh, yes, please. My bad.
Don't interrupt me.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, and then I was like, how come you didn't do this? He's like, I don't know how to do it. I was like, okay, so what if I'm away? Let's say I go on a trip or anything. Like, what are you gonna do? He's like, I was just gonna take the dining table has 6 spots, right? He says, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, and then 1 week, you're home.
How about the all spot are gone? It's like, maybe like, like around the, what's that, the countertop or anywhere.
And we have a maid that comes in and cleans up the house and all that stuff, and that's all cool. But
I mean, that's ridiculous, right?
it is. And I want her to share is how ridiculous it is. That there's a lot of shit that I just don't know. I don't know how to do. I don't want to do them. I don't like to do them. And I'm very obvious about it because my time is worth too much money. And sometimes she says, oh, you're just using that as an excuse. Right? Right? Then usually I buy some shoes and she just like, that's good. Round of applause to my wife. Awesome. And truly, that's how I live. It's kind of a bit weird. It's not the same, but it's just the way. I'm only good at a handful of things, maybe 4 or 5 things that I'm brilliant at. Everything else I suck. Like terrible, because I've devoted my life mastering those 2, 3 things. That's it. It's like an artist, right? They're only good in their craft, and they're so good, and everything else is an idiot. That's what I'm talking about. So, what exactly is delegation? Write this down. What exactly is delegation? So tell me, what exactly is delegation? Getting somebody else to do the work. Yes. What exactly is delegation?
Communicating your vision.
Communicating your vision. Very good. Now here's my definition, and it's very specific. Delegation is asking. What's the word? What's the word? Asking. Not assigning. Asking another to do all or part of a task you wish completed. It's very key. All or part of a task you wish completed. And you know why in a minute, why it's a critical distinction. Delegation is asking another to do all or part of a task you wish completed. Okay. Now, if you think about it, all or part of a task. What you don't give away, so when you delegate a task, you're asking someone to help you. Now, you can delegate to a person. You can delegate to a what? Person. Now, can you also delegate to a company, yes or no? Yes. Can you delegate to a piece of technology, yes or no? Yes. Yes. It could be a company, could be a person, could be a piece of technology, could be so many things. So let me give an example. So let's say it's evening and I don't have time to cook and I'm hungry and I want to eat some pizza, and I called up the pizza delivery and they deliver pizza to my house. Is that delegation? Yeah, if I'm not delegating to a person, I'm delegating to a company, right? An organization. So that's okay. That's okay. Software, nowadays you can delegate a lot of things to a piece of software that they could do things easier, faster for you without you doing it. Just eat.ca, there you go. That's another form, right? But what you don't give away is the responsibility. What is it? So it's your job as a leader to make sure it gets done. Doesn't mean you have to do it, but it's your job to make sure it gets done. You're still in charge. Who's in charge? Who's in charge? You are.
10 times your finances, 10 times your business, 10 times your marketing, 10 times your life. Hit the subscribe button now.